I'm waiting for it.
Is it Godot?
I'm waiting for the moment.
Okay.
It's the 17th of May. I'm looking at you and wondering, when is he becoming better?
I'm very poorly sick.
Okay, it's easy for you to say. It's Epictetus.
Easy for me to say.
The master will see you now. Show me someone who's sick but still happy, in danger but still happy, dying but still happy, exiled but still happy, disgraced but still happy. Show me. I swear I'd love to see a true Stoic, but since you can't show me someone that perfectly formed, at least show me someone working to become that way, striving for it. You like that?
I really like that.
Okay. So human beings exist in comparison, don't they? Comparison is the thief of joy. Would you agree with that or disagree with that?
I would agree with that. Can I tell you a side story? I was listening to...
yeah, go on then.
I was listening to Impulsive, Logan Paul, the other day.
Right.
And he said, he was talking about that. And he said, yeah, and we were thinking about like Prime doing well, and then but like comparing it with like Coca-Cola. And John Cena texted me and said, comparison is the thief of joy. And he was just like, the other guy was like, yeah, that's a quote. And he was like, I don't think it is. I think
He thought John Cena
created comparison is the thief of joy.
Wow. Obviously, he didn't see that one coming.
Didn't.
John
Anyway.
Cena joke. Human beings exist in comparison. Right? We're always comparing ourselves against other people. And I think, how easy is it to actually see someone else posting on LinkedIn like you and seeing he posted that last week, but it's gone viral again? Yeah, and I'm here working hard on the good content. I'm getting to that.
What do you mean by good?
Just original, thought-provoking ideas.
Okay.
You know, around.
They're ideas.
Topics.
Yeah, they're definitely ideas.
No, but there's a lot of this, isn't there? And I imagine even in a sales team, so you have like the new person who comes in and has that beginner success with the right mindset, and they're doing well, and then suddenly you've got the 1 year, 2 year, 3 year veteran looking over, and they don't see that as a good thing. It's rocked the boat a bit, and they're wondering like, well, actually they're only getting that because of this. And really what they should probably be focusing on is, what do I see in them that I don't have, and how can I use that to become better?
Yeah. Like, say, if you're in a sales position and they hire somebody more senior than you, but
John
obviously
Senior.
it's John Senior. But they hire someone more senior than you, and you've got to help them. That is a good because some people will think, well, somebody's coming in that's more senior than me, but maybe I might have to show them how to use the CRM, or I might have to show them how to do
The senior
CRM. Not very good, that one. But actually, what's the pro of that? Well, I get to show them if they do well and they fit in culture. People are going to look down at me and think that I'm performing better. So, like, don't be afraid to help and be better, because if you're aiming to be the best version of yourself, it's never going to have a negative effect. Another idea that kind of links into it, and I'll probably find a way to link it better, but I'm not sure if it will. I've been thinking about this idea of like the best days of our lives. Okay, and like, those were the days of our lives. When you look, but when I was like, we've known each other a long time. So since we're about like 26, we've been friends.
I want to hurt you if you keep saying that.
How long have we known each other?
Since we were 15.
And how old are you now?
32.
And how old am I?
33.
Exactly. So, but we've been friends a long time. And I think when we were 15, 16, we definitely lived like a mindset of like, these are like the glory days. And then we got to university and we went our separate ways for a little bit. And I remember thinking, university, these are the glory days. And then at 21, we came back together and we moved in together in London. We're like, these are the glory days. And now we're fathers and we're running a business together and we're doing all these exciting stuff. I feel like these are the days. And I think that the needle will always move. You will always want what you have now. And when you were talking about that quote of like, one day you'll be sick, one day you'll be very old and sick and unhealthy, and you'll wish that you had maybe what those glory days were, because there'll be a point in life that the glory days will stop. And there's a thing with anxiety, and I wish I was a little bit smarter to explain it, but when your system moves from one state into the other, when you're from an anxious state into a non-anxious state, I think there's an acronym for it, which is ASS. But you don't notice, okay? So if you're anxious and then all of a sudden, like, you're going through the day, you go, oh, I don't feel anxious anymore. I'm thinking about there'll be a point when you're in your glory days, and then you move into, it's no longer the glory days, and it's the reflection years. And that's probably like, and hopefully it doesn't come and you're thinking, well, I get to see my grandkids, I get to do this, I get to do that, I'm still working. But at a point, that will stop, so you've got to be grateful.
So, you know where this takes me as well, right? I remember when I was in my late teens, so like 19, 20, when I was in relationships, I used to get quite jealous, I think, as a lot of insecure young men do. And I heard Joe Rogan say, other podcasts are available, by the way, but we will put Joe Rogan's Instagram handle in the bio. But I remember him say the reason that people feel jealous, you know, like you're at a party and a guy walks in and he's like, got nice hair, he's shredded, he's dressed better than you, whatever it is, and you get like that jealous impulse. The reason that happens is because you've spotted in someone something you feel like you can't compete with. So the original example of the salesperson, the beginner salesperson coming in and kind of rocking the boat because they've had that early success, and the senior person looking back, what they could do is that blame thing, or they could go, right, what is it in them that I feel like I can't compete with?
Naivety, something, for example.
And then take that down and like, right, that's actually a sign there of something that I need to work on and be better at. And you can really use that to actually level up. Every time you meet someone, you find them like, oh, actually, I found that person really impressive. They've got something about them that actually I'm going to try and take away and make it my own, rather than going like, well, the only reason they got there is because they're better looking. You know what I mean?
Well, this episode's been fun and factual, so thank you for coming today, Zach.
Thanks for the ass.
My name's Shaframson.
My name's Zach Thompson.
Remember, you would die.
Ass.